This work, the teaching, is about the discovery of absolute truth. It's like a finger pointing at the moon. It's about the moon, not the fingers. There's a reality that points toward. So forget the words. Like when I say the word fire, flames don't come out of my mouth. The word is not the thing. So what we're looking for is something that's ultimately satisfying. Religions purport to provide access to something like that, whether it's called God or true nature. It could be named anything. It doesn't really matter, except that, is it real? Like, are these words pointing at something that's ultimately true or real? Yes. The problem is when you confuse the words for the thing. And that's really where we are. We're lost in thought. Each word is basically a thought. Like if I say the word cup or computer or chair, it's a concept that refers to a thing, but the concept is not the thing. The teaching saying like nothing's true or it's all bullshit or it's all an illusion or whatever, that is very important. It's kind of like if you've seen the movie The Matrix. Nothing in the Matrix is ultimately real. It's like a hallucination. So it's kind of like that. Not literally, but kind of. People turn to conspiracy theories probably because they're getting hosed down with bullshit, which is like tactical dishonesty. It's meant to disorient and confuse, to get us to submit as citizens and just go along with whatever's being said, even if it's completely false. Happiness is very simple. It's a prior condition. Spiritually speaking, true happiness is a prior condition, meaning that being lost in thought, being lost in the mind and getting caught up in all this stuff, it's all a conspiracy theory, maybe all this bullshit, all this lies, all the mind stuff keeps us from just being happy. That's the idea. So something like meditation, like Zen, is about cutting through the mind and getting back to our true nature. It's already there. It's already, we don't have to create it. It's like we sink into it if we can allow ourselves to, but we're caught up in thinking. So it's like disturbing a small body of water. It's hard to see through it. It's not clear. So we just are confused all the time. So meditation teaches us to let that go so that the water settles by itself. The water becomes clear without us having to do anything or think anything. And it just becomes clear. With that clarity, wow, I feel happy. I don't know why. And then you do things that are simple, like you have a meal or you sit with a friend, and that prior reality is the context of everything. And it's just happy. And it doesn't matter what anyone says. Okay, so the teaching on it's all bullshit is kind of like saying, well, I happen to have, this is my water bottle and I'm drinking water. If I say this is a water bottle, okay, is that ultimately true? No. Strictly speaking, like you're asking me that, is it ultimately true? No. How do I know that? Well, I could destroy it. And then where is it? The thing is in my mind. I'm projecting a concept onto something that it's mysterious. I don't know what it is. So is it ultimately true? No. But the second question, is that concept useful? So is the concept ultimately true? No. Is it useful? Yeah. Why? Because, I can, if I'm thirsty, I can use it, right? Take a drink from it. And that's all I need to know. It's simple. A good scientist knows that things cannot be absolutely proven. It's inductive reasoning. All ravens are black. Well, you see a black raven, every time you see one, it confirms that hypothesis. But all you have to do is see a white raven and it's gone. So you may have lived your whole life and seen nothing but black ravens. But tomorrow you might see a yellow one or something. You don't know. So you cannot live in the concept because it can be disproven in the future. So looking for absolute certainty in the past or the future is futile. Can you look for relative certainty? Yeah. That's where science comes in. Mm-hmm. Science created this. It's made of polymers. It was studied. Someone hypothesized that if you combined polyethylene with whatever, some kind of molecules, and shaped it into a bottle, that you could drink water out of it. Yeah, great. That's reasonable to believe, mainly because it's useful. That's not ultimate truth. That's what I would call relative truth. The question, like, can I trust this person? So I see a politician on TV. Can I trust this person? Even more so, can you trust yourself? See, if you can't trust yourself, then no politician can help you, even if they're trustworthy. In chapter 1 of my book, 10 Paths to Freedom, I say you have to be honest. You have to be honest, which means representing your experience accurately and clearly. Don't lie. Stop lying. It muddies the waters. With that clarity, it's more functional. And you can sort of arrange your life in a way that makes sense. And you'll notice when your mind goes off into crazy territory. Descartes, same as we're saying, I think, therefore I am. And that can be interpreted lots of different ways. And there's standard ways to interpret that. But the I am that we are is not the thinking part. It's the being part. That's what's cool about it, is being with a capital B, otherwise known as your true nature, if you're Buddhist or whatever. That is, I almost want to say that's all you need to know. The thing is, you cannot know it except by being it consciously. It is not a conceptual, grasping kind of understanding. It's like, how does a river know it's a river? It is a river. It doesn't think about it. It just is that. And it's brilliant. I've never seen a river do anything wrong. It's not even a factor. It's just perfect. Absolutely perfect. And can I know that? No. So as soon as you start to think, well, I know, and then you fill it in, like, you don't. So even like, I know this is a water bottle. Well, I'm just too busy using it to care about that. Just come back to your senses. And by senses, I literally mean sensation, your breath. I need evidence. And when I'm more at home for myself, more present, my experience is I can detect that more naturally. Like, I meet someone, do I trust this person? And it's not in the realm of thinking. It's just an immediate, like, I'm present. It's like there's this field of peacefulness that's utterly at peace. And then if there's a disturbance, you'll feel it. If someone's trying to screw you over, you'll feel it. And you'll say, no, thanks. Like a dishonest salesperson trying to sell you something that's going to harm you. You won't partake of it. But, I can't prove that. It's in the moment. If someone hands you a glass of milk and says, this is good for you, drink it, and you smell it, and it smells rotten, I'm not going to believe them. I'm just like, no, my sensation tells me it's rotten. Is it possible that someone planted something that smelled rotten on the outside of the glass and the milk is fine? Yeah, that's possible, but is it reasonable to think that? No, not really. Get out of your head, dude. Like they say, don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. But it comes down to like common sense of what's reasonable in the moment to believe. And it's really simple. It's not really abstract, or it's much less abstract. Where we live is like, I'm feeling my hands rubbing together. Yeah, there's some warmth there. I don't have to believe it. I feel it. I don't have to construct an ideology on top of that. I can just do it, be it. Taste it, feel it, live it. That's what's necessary. Maybe it's the internet. People get off in their head. It's like the internet is almost like the mind is, in a sense, outpictured on many levels. And you could go down to all kind of rabbit holes. Just don't do that. Become present for your mind. And I don't mean be gullible either. See, the mind wants to collapse into certainty on a conceptual level, and it won't ever have it. When the mind is kind of more flexible, it's like a tool. You could use it, you could put it out, but you're present. There's the domain of being and presence. And it knows without thought immediately, just like you smell rotten milk, and you're just like, no. Your body says no. You'll even gag maybe, like, no. Your organism says, hell no. The mind then says, yes, but this milk is being offered by the great percentage of His Holiness, the fucking fuck you. It's rotten. Just don't do it. Come back to your senses. If it looks rotten, smells rotten, it's probably rotten. That's good enough. And your true nature won't upset you. There's a reason they call it peace. It's peaceful. So the word is not the thing, but you can find it by becoming present through certain practices that we've talked about. And when that wakes up in you, there's nothing you need to know. The words and the forms are there to help you reach other people and to connect on that level of beingness so that they might have some of that for themselves, peacefulness that's theirs already, just maybe it's covered up by lies. Clear thinking is important to be able to spot a lie or bad reasoning. That's useful, but we're not really taught that in school, but you could educate yourself. But I think really trust your senses. If you feel like you can't trust someone and you're like, yeah, I don't know if I want to hang out with this person, trust it. And over time, just observe what happens. And if a person's untrustworthy, you'll see it eventually. Just pay attention. Is it possible that you would think someone's untrustworthy when they're actually trustworthy and you're just paranoid? That's possible. But I mean, the more present you are for your thinking mind, the more you can let that part go and just be present, and you'll know more clearly. So really, it's about practice and presence.